Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church, and I'm here today to finish up the week and the topic of the five shortest Psalms in the Bible. We've looked at Psalm 117, 131, 133, and 134. And today we're going to look at Psalm 123. So let's read it. Let's see what it says and see what we can find. I lift up my eyes to you, O God, enthroned in heaven. We keep looking to the Lord our God for his mercy, just as servants keep their eyes on the master, as a slave girl watches her mistress for the slightest signal. Have mercy on us, God. Have mercy, for we have had our fill of contempt. We have had more than our fill of the scoffing of the proud and the contempt of the arrogant. Well, this psalm is written for the pilgrims who are traveling to Jerusalem. I mentioned it before. In Jewish theology of the Old Testament, there were 7 essential feasts that all male Jews had to go to, and they had to attend them and perform their rituals at the temple in Jerusalem. Now, these 7 feasts were divided into 3 trips, 3 at one time, 1 by itself, 3 at the other. So you went at the beginning of the planting, at the middle of the planting, and at the end of the planting. So it coincided with Jewish life. Now, Jewish people, except probably, maybe, when they were at their peak as a nation under King David, have been looked down upon by most people. I'm not sure why. Even today, you still have anti-Semitics who are going around making comments about what the Jews are doing and how they're taking over and how they're terrible. And I've never really understood what was the basis of that. Well, that's another topic. But what is clear is that for many, many hundreds of years, people of Jewish origin have had to face, what do we call it? Arrogance of others. And this psalm is written about Jewish pilgrims who are heading to Jerusalem to perform certain rituals in the midst of a culture that doesn't like them. Okay? So it starts out by saying, I lift my eyes up to you, O God, enthroned in heaven. Well, I would suggest that keeping your eyes focused on God is a good plan. Now, I know everybody doesn't do that. I know a lot of people who don't do that. In fact, I know more people who don't than I know people who do. And I would just guess, I don't have any hard facts about it, but I would guess that an awful lot of people who regularly come to church don't keep their eyes focused on God. I mean, it's easy. We live in a world that has all kinds of distractions. And perhaps you're in the middle of some that take your attention away from focusing on God and his plans for your life. So we start out by saying, I lift my eyes to you, O God, enthroned in heaven. Here is a simple recognition in a short statement, enthroned in heaven, that says God is the most important being in the world. Far more important than you are, or me, or anybody else, regardless of how much we are lifted up in our own culture. And it goes on to say, we keep looking up to the Lord our God for his mercy. Let's face it, we sin. We disobey God. We do things that don't please God. We do. And if he were to judge us on the basis of some kind of equal treatment of everything we've done, we're in big trouble. I mean, we can't make amends for that. I can't, you can't, nobody can. And so we look to God for his mercy. And his mercy is forgiving and loving. His mercy is compassion. Just look at the example of Jesus, and you will see mercy embodied in the historical Jesus of Nazareth. But it goes on to say, here's how I watch, like a servant keeping an eye on the master. We don't have, well, we have servants, we don't have slaves, but we don't have servants and masters. This is from an age where the master was the boss. Everything he or she said do, you better do. And sometimes you better do it before they even say it. So you got to keep a clear eye, even for the slightest signal. It says a slave girl watches her mistress for the slightest signal. You know, we need to keep our eyes on God clearly enough so before we mess up a lot, he reminds us not to mess up at all. And it goes on to say, have mercy on us, Lord. Have mercy on us. We've had it with all the contempt and the scorn of people. Now, maybe you're living a life where people look down on you. If you are, I'm sorry. That's not a good plan. And it's not a good feeling either. But what's more important is the mercy of God that elevates you and me to a status beyond our understanding. How could he love me that much? I don't know, but he does. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are. So I want to encourage you today, the end of the week, keep your eyes on what does God want for you. Not in the big scheme of things, though that's important too, but for the right now. You get into a conversation with someone, what is God trying to tell me to say right now? Or we find ourselves in a situation, how is God wanting me to react? And if we'll keep our eyes focused on him, he'll grant us the mercy and the understanding to follow him closely. Well, you think about it. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a wonderful day. Wonderful weekend. It's been so much fun being with you this week. Be careful. Take care of yourself. If you have a need or a concern, let us know. We'll do whatever we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. God bless you. I'll be back Monday with a whole new topic. Take care.